You want to call the police on them for having a barbecue on a Sunday.
I feel free. Back off.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
I've got lots of proof, but I haven't got time to actually show it.
You don't need to harass her just for working.
I'm not harassing her.
You are.
You're harassing me.
I am not.
Well, that's all I was doing to her. I was
She's
just
my
saying,
customer.
and I'm a customer too. Okay, and I was just saying that the ABC spread lies, and she's part of a company that is peddling lies.
She's an employee of the company. She's not the one deciding what they report on.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
She just said she reports on sugar.
Listen, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm coming from?
She doesn't have to see your point of view.
She doesn't have to.
That's
I'm
the
asking
point.
her.
No, but that's the point. You don't need to.
I appreciate that you have your opinions. That is totally fine. Everyone is allowed to have their opinions. I mean, I'm just here.
But it's actually everyone knows.
She's just here trying to get coffee. Like you're probably just here.
But I'm
trying to
just
get lunch.
yeah.
So you don't
but I'm just saying.
Your opinion on her.
You need to.
I'd like you to leave.
Excuse me.
I actually want to leave, and I actually know.
Yeah,
I love you.
I would
Whatever.
love you to leave.
I'd love to not actually give you my money.
That's fine.
ABC sucks. All the media sucks.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for your thoughts.
I love Australian Karen. So this happened in Australia, all right? An Australian woman decided that it was her duty to harass an employee of the Australian Broadcast Corporation. That is a big media company. All right, this was in a cafe. This is not a media thing. She just realized the person works for this particular media company. Well, ABC, Australian Broadcast Corporation, is funded by direct grants from the government of what? Australia. It is publicly owned, it is politically independent, and it is fully accountable with this charter enshrined in legislation because of the Australian Broadcasting Corporation Act of 1983. But that is the place peddling lies, and this staffer at the cafe needs to hear me roar. Ben, what do you see here?
Well, yeah, I mean, you do have to admit that if we're gonna have to see Karen videos, at least it's a lot more adorable in the Australian accent. I think it makes it a little more palatable, but still, you still see the Karen craze in the eyes. The moment when she's being disproven about what she's doing, she's being dismantled by the employee behind the counter saying, but this person doesn't own the station. They're just a person working, trying to pay their bills. And you see the Karen not be able to compute it. Literally her process goes, can't deal with logic, shift away, and shifts right back to the subject of her ire and goes, but do you see what I'm saying? And she's like, no, but do you see what she's saying? The good point the person just made, or you're just so hell-bent on being a real, I don't know, I was gonna say a word you can't say, being a real jackass, maybe. Can I say that to these people? My God, it's just, and then after she's kicked out, well, I'd rather not give you my money. You were just kicked out. It's not right to give your money anymore. You kind of can't take that stance after you're out of the game. Yeah, well, I'm gonna leave the game instead.
Right.
Not how that goes.
But it's funny because we've actually seen a Karen get fired and then say she quits, right? Like that has happened. This is part of the psychology of many of these Karens. Here's what I love, Ben, because it happens every time. Every time a Karen tries to find support, nobody supports them. Like every time they try to say, hey, you understand what I'm saying, right? Nobody connects with their Karenicity.
It's the opposite, really, of the approach that George Costanza did in Seinfeld, where he was fired and just showed up the following Monday as though it didn't happen. Here, the Karens are fired. They're like, anybody agree? Dead silence. Yeah? Well, maybe I want my coffee still. No, you have to leave. Oh yeah? I don't want my coffee. How do you take that? Nothing alters their reality. They think they win in all situations. They think they're right in all situations, even to the point of launching at the person who can put you in jail for launching at the person. It's living in a diluted version of reality. They live in fantasy land, but one that has no lines, unlike the real fantasy land at Disneyland. It's a nice place to live if you can get the work.
Just think about the confidence, Ben, of these Karens, right? Launching over to attack a judge, harassing random individuals who are trying to enjoy maybe a coffee. Like the pure confidence in their their sentiment of right is staggering to me because it lacks complete open-mindedness to an idea or opinion from someone else.
Yeah, if they could put any of that confidence into any drop of social good, we would have change much faster than we have at this current rate. If we could take good projects and good people and meld that with the sheer fortitude that these Karens bring to every issue, we would have world peace in a month.
Yeah, you make a great point because the truth is much of this, when we discuss Karenicity and we highlight these Karens, much of it is about the privilege that exists in us giving a mirror to society to show a truth of America that rarely gets talked about. And if you can shift that energy, maybe not with the individuals, but definitely with those who are Karens in training, or with those who are moderate Karens and they really just do not see the wiles of their ways, right? You can possibly start transforming the narrative. I've seen it happen. I've seen a couple of statements from people saying, well, damn, that's how I looked when I was in that situation. Yep. That's exactly how you looked when you responded in that way, in that kind of situation. Yes.
And they probably still don't even care. They're like, well, that's how I looked. Got it, duly noted. I think my hair was all right though, huh?
Right.